So I'm just doing this update. I should have done it on Friday though. There was a huge drop on many pairs, or huge rises in many pairs because of USD suddenly strengthening a lot, or rather various pairs just weakening against the USD like crazy. So for instance, Aussie USD went up a lot, and just here right now on a Monday morning to see what's happened, and there was a small gap up, not significant, but a small gap up. And what's healthy about this is that the gap had already closed. So anyways, as you can see, there's a lot of positions, and I think it is a blessing in disguise that I decided to change certain aspects of the system. As you can see, it has been taking trades at very regular intervals. As a matter of fact, I probably could have, gotten out, or rather uh, switched off trading as I saw it continue to go down until it found a support level. But then again, it also feigned finding support several times during the last week. Well, it could have found support here. Hang on. It could have found support here. It could have found support here, here. If you get what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's a blessing that I changed the way it works. And right now that the gap is closed, and we're also starting to see some divergence on the RSI. So we're gonna see a big recovery this week. But you know what? Okay, I should have showed you this one as well. We're currently in the red by less than 10%. It was briefly a little bit over 10% on Friday, and I kind of knew that it was going to drop to less than 10% on a Monday. But okay, so why am I talking about this as though I'm kind of happy about it? Well, because I know that a lot of systems actually got fried last Friday. Last Friday, the floating went from a low of like 5% all the way to about like 10.5 within a day. No, it wasn't even 5%, it was like 4%. 4% to 10.5 within a day. So that's because of several pairs that were being affected. Okay, um, and look over here, fixed lot had did a lot of good. Over here, fixed lot had did a lot of good as well. So margin percentage is really healthy. I mean, it could be healthy in this, but it's still really healthy. I mean, it's not in a situation that would actually require me to do intervention. So I you can kind of say that I wanted to just sit back and watch how the algo will handle it this time around, and well, I think it's doing a pretty good job. You know, um, it could handle. I mean, because my individual cutoff for each pair still remains at 5%, um, and none of the pairs had gone anywhere close. So what you're seeing is a consolidation of all the pairs, and I'm looking at some of the other systems that people are subscribed to, or friends around me are subscribed to. Good friends did not switch from others to me, kind of thing, and I'm looking at how they're getting badly hit, because on the previous weekend, when all this bullish USD thing came about again, um, I was seeing how friends were like the previous weekend. I had a friend who went from okay, his account was about his like an 11K account, very similar size to this master account, and his went down to like 7K. I mean, the rest was floating, so it's floating loss, but 3+K. It's a lot of floating loss, and because the whole week it did not really change, I can assume that he got hit even further. So just looking at the dates, on the 12th, so I'm looking at basically, yeah, he was on a roller coaster in the previous week for his buys. No, previous week he was on a roller coaster for his sell positions, and now he's on a roller coaster for his buy positions. So he's he's not having a very fun time. And you know, in retrospect, you know, over here, I've gone by for a week that I didn't have to do any intervention at all. Okay, at all. So um, in fact, like if you look at my previous video about intervention, live intervention, I did intervention on just like one account. Other account did not have to be touched at all. So um, you know, really, really super excited about this. And even the account that I intervened on last week didn't actually need intervention, just because I was just so used to doing it in the past, but with the new settings it wasn't necessary. So um, super excited. Gonna show you the FX book. Right now I see a little bit of a drop on the what's this? The equity line. Um, but it's most importantly it's ticked back up, and it's not any of the biggest drop that we've seen in the past. Biggest floating was, as you can see, 14.455. There was a screw up in the algo in the past. It's long been fixed. It's never come anywhere close right now. As you can see over here, profit that has been made is like 25%. Um, and there's no actual gain yet this today, but I'm pretty excited about what's to come. You look at the overall stats. The profit factor's been steadily climbing. It was at a low of 1.23. You know, when I had some issues with the algo, but rather than starting the account again, you know, I just wanted to fix it and let people see the journey of the EA they've created. Um, and As you can see, we're kind of mid-month. We should have a nice double-digit month once again this month. Okay, because at this rate we're going, I don't think there's any intervention going to be required. So I'm really stoked. And you know, I was just chatting with some friends that I met at the wedding last night. That, like, you know, in the past, some of you may know that in Binary Lab I JV'd with some people who did like PAMM accounts, and you know, it didn't turn out the way everyone expected. In fact, it was quite disappointing. Like, twice, the people I JV'd with kind of messing things up uh, over. And this time around, like I told you, I had a realization. You know, I knew that people were very skeptical when I was doing this in the beginning, and it shows in the numbers. So for the first 3 months, um, like the total investment was not even more than what I personally put in myself. And you know, if you ask me what's the point of doing it, well, if it was for a financial gain, it definitely wasn't, because heck, you know, um, it's like peanuts, you know. But only in the last 2 weeks that people start seeing that, hey, we're still here. Other systems are failing, we're still going strong. And now, like, people are coming on board, hopping onto Fire Boss V2. You know, like, there are days there are days back to back that you know, total coming in to the account is like what, 5K, 7K, like 4K, 6K. Um, I'm seeing people, you know, coming in, pouring the interest in. Maybe they've been starting out with, like, you know, $300 to test, $100 to test. I set my minimum super low this time, because I know so many people have been hurt in this industry that I just want people to you know, to just try when they feel that there's no risk. So when people try out with $100, like if you try with $100 or $300 or $500, there's going to be no benefit for you, um, like financially, because the whatever you're going to get is peanuts. But you know, at the same time, what you can gain is like the ability to see what kind of trades are taking place. You can see the kind of I'm just gonna, yeah, this was over the last 3 months. So you can kind of see like, the whole journey of the account. You can see what are the trades happening on a daily basis, and you find that, hey, this is not like any of the other systems you have seen. And the reason for that is because this is not fully automated. I step in when required. I built this from the ground up based on systems that I've personally like tested, subscribed to, bought, and then I take them apart, told the developers what I want, how I want it to trade, how I don't want it to trade, what I like about certain EA, what I don't like about certain EA. I had it rebuilt from the ground up. That's why you're able to get results like this, even when other accounts are getting fried. So this takes back to a time when I was, in church, and I heard God's voice, and the message was that as long as you do not cheat, you do not lie, you do not steal, you will be taken care of. So that gave me the confidence to basically go out there and just trumpet this. So I've just loaded up. I've just loaded up, or right here. This is Forex Lab. You can go check it out. Um, everything's right there. The way, like the way I trade, strategy. I got video. I got link to my FX book. I've also have like videos on how it trades and all that. And you can just check it out right here. So if you want to try it out for like for just a small amount, right? I suggest you go with FXTM. I want to give a shout out to Joe, who told me that FXTM link was not working, so I fixed it. So this broker, you can try it out for like $100. Over here, if you decide to put a bigger amount, then it would be FX Primus. Okay, the spreads are lower here compared to FXTM Invest. So, but at the end of the day, it's about the same. I have videos on this site as well. You can see on the blog tab, I actually like compared the two different brokers and what's the pros and cons of each one. Couple articles that you can check out, and I highly recommend you just go through these articles I've written. The main homepage and get information is basically just get into it. All right. If you've been bitten before in the past, let's try it out for a month or two. If you find that you like the way my system is trading, then you're most welcome to invest more. Okay, and I what I wish to do is to create something where you guys can make consistent monthly profit and basically not have to get any serious drama. My goal is to constantly keep the floating loss to less than what it's ever been on this account. As you can see, FX book once in the 14.55. My goal is to never have it get near to that again, and basically give you stable returns on a monthly basis.